Hello, my student. Today I will explain to you about the copywriting. Copywriting is mostly being used especially in the digital marketing because the copywriting can express the value and the benefit a brand has to offer. And copywriting technique also can give news or any information regarding the brand. This also can establish the brand in the market. And then most of the company using copywriting technique for claim the brand and then establish the tone and also emotion with the readers and also the customer. Using copywriting also can help you to give advice to the reader. It should be noted here that most of the copywriting is being used by the marketers all over the world. Copywriting can be used to promote a person, a business, opinion, or also the idea. By writing a good copywriting, it can help the company achieve what is their business objective. Copywriting technique actually is the combination of the art and also business. So when you want to use copywriting in your business, you must know how to combine these two fields together. Because in the end, you want to measure the result, whether your copywriting can generate more income to your business or can increase sale or not. Most of the copywriting technique, they are using storytelling, and they will tell you a story about the development of the product. They will tell you a story about the sources of the product. So they will tell you in a story so that you will understand. Oh, for example, I want to buy a cosmetic product. They will tell you a story how the product be made, where they get the sources, how they do the packaging, what kind of ingredient that they put into the cosmetic. So this will make you as a customer, you will understand how the process, how the supply chain be done. Then you can trust to buy the product. So this is why the copywriting is the important factor in the digital business. Through copywriting also, you can increase your ROI. And you don't have to invest into the advertising compared to do the copywriting technique. By doing copywriting also, you can establish a relationship with the customer. And the customer will trust you more, and then they will buy your product when they will receive new notification regarding your product. A good copywriting strategy also can help you know your audience, and you can know your audience very well, and then you can hit on the emotion and desire and also need. And you can see that when we buying something, we base on the emotion, we base on the desire. For example, you want to buy a new handphone. This is not for you to communicate only, but you want to say that, oh, I want to buy a new handphone for me. So this is based on the emotion. And then this is how the copywriting technique come into play. So when using the copywriting technique, you must be consistent about the technique that you're using. If you want to use the storytelling technique, so you have to tell the story about what currently happening. And then you must use call to action. After they read your story, then what? And for example, they read your story about you selling a cosmetic makeup. And then after that is the call to action. What's next? Whether they where they want to buy and your product, and then be persuasive and about your copywriting, and and then lastly, always tell your unique selling proposition. What is the uniqueness of your product compared to the others, and why they want to buy your product compared to the others. So this is, I give you the example of the why the copywriting technique is very important for the business. Next, we go to the what kind of technique that you can use in the copywriting technique. Number one, we call it as the 4C. When you're writing a copywriting, using this formula, 4C, your message must be clear, concise, compelling, and also must come from the credible sources. And this is the example of the 4C technique. For example, this one by Chris Brogan. He is one of the famous digital marketer. So when he posts at the social media regarding the he want to launch a big webinar, so the people tend to go and subscribe to the webinar that he conduct because it come from the credible sources. So when you want to use copywriting technique, you must show to the audience that you are credible. You know your stuff very well, and you know your product very well. So the people will trust you more. Next, copywriting technique, we call it as the cliffhanger technique. What is cliffhanger technique? I will explain for you using this diagram. For example, I know all of you watching Marvel Avengers, right? So you can see that the first Marvel movie, Marvel Avengers, Infinity War, they at the end of the movie, it will suddenly give you a cliffhanger. We are waiting what happened and Avengers in the Avengers Endgame. So this is what we call as the cliffhanger technique. So you can see here the Avengers Infinity War, and at the end of the movie, it show that there will be a continuous movie, which is there will be a second movie, for the we call the Avengers Endgame. So you can see that because of this cliffhanger technique, this film generate around 2 billion US dollar in 2019. So you can see that this is very powerful technique in the copywriting. Another example here is I give you about the cliffhanger technique. You can see here from this post, it show that okay, today I will share you why I become minimalist. Next week, I'm going to share the rest of the story. What happened when I threw away 80% of my belonging and moved to a tiny house. So this is a cliffhanger technique. So the people eager, waiting, for what is next. What happened on Tuesday, and when the person send the email. So This is the cliffhanger technique in the digital marketing. Next, we call it as the social proof technique. This one have been used, and I give you the example here, and about the tool Dr. Mahathir, and you can see that from the first picture is about the one of the vitamin, and that become viral, and so when you want to use this social proof technique, you must know that you must have a very good influencer. You must have an influencer into you, and then you must a well-known person, and you must using a well-known person. So, for example, here, Dr. Mahathir, when he wearing one of the shoe, and suddenly that shoe become popular and become viral. Next technique in the copywriting we call the for you technique. For you technique is meaning useful, urgent, unique, and ultra specific. And useful means you have to be useful to the reader. And then you must provide a sense of urgency to your reader. And then be unique, convey the message to the main benefit of what you are doing. And then ultra specific. Be ultra specific. For example, here I list down here. Do you want to play piano by hearing? So this is useful, urgent, unique, and also ultra specific. If it's specific, you want to play piano through hearing only. So when the reader look into this post, they will know that I want to learn piano through hearing only. Okay. Next is do you want to become social media superstar? You can see the information here is very specific about you. Next, I give you one of the also frequently technique being used in copywriting. We call it as AIDA. And attention, interest, desire, and also action. And attention is get the reader attention, and interesting and get the frank information, and then desire, benefit what kind of product service that you want to offer, and then action, ask for response. And this technique being used widely and by the marketers, and they implement AIDA technique and into the social media as well, and because it will give you a very good result. This is the example of the AIDA technique. And number one, how to eat on less than $1 per meal. How to tackle your ex-girlfriend in 1 week. How I built an online t-shirt business. And why do pretty girls always fall in love with food? This is all the example of the AIDA technique. Next is about the create your headline. And you have to create your headline to get the idea from the people, and to get the information from, to get the engagement from the people. I list down here the website that you can use to generate headline to your posting. And you can go to www.impactbnd.com/blog title generator, blog about. And you can go to this website to get idea how to do a headline for your post. Okay, that's all for the copywriting chapter. I will see you on the next slide. Thank you.